funny. Look at her little face. What's up, guys? I'm just back from the gym. You guys saw me do my plyometrics workout for today. And when I tell y'all that going into that workout, I was not in the mood to work out, that would be the understatement of the century. Yesterday, my best friend flew into town pretty much completely spontaneously. It was his birthday yesterday. He lives up in San Francisco. He's got a super demanding job. He's an engineer for a company that you will definitely have heard of before. But in any event, he's been so busy with work that he was basically just unresponsive in us trying to make a plan to actually hang out for his birthday, because we were actually talking about going to New Orleans. That's what we did last year, and it was one of the most fun trips, if not the most fun trip I think I've ever had in my life. So that's why we went again for my birthday in February and yada, yada, yada. But see, you can see his pillow here because he's staying on my couch. Anyway, about halfway through the day, he just texts me like, would you be cool if I just flew down to LA tonight and stayed through like Sunday? And I was just like, of course I'd be cool. I have to do a quick Swiffer, but I mean, go for it. I didn't really believe it was going to happen, but lo and behold, he showed up at my place last night and we turned all the way up. Any of you guys who watch my Instagram stories have already seen some of the shenanigans that we've been getting into. And that was just Thursday. Today is Friday, so we got Friday and Saturday night. Every time we get together, I sincerely get excited but also worried. It's like equal parts, because I'm like, what if we don't make it through this? Like, what if we just party so hard we actually just disintegrate into a cloud of spores? And we just had a good old time. So I don't get hangovers, but I do get intense fatigue if I drink a lot the next day. So I was real tired this morning and I was not in the mood to work out, and I actually had a business call that I had to do first anyway. So that threw off my whole workout schedule, which was honestly for the best, because it was probably better to let myself kind of have a few more hours to get myself collected. And when I arrived at the gym, I was in no mood whatsoever to work out, but I feel a million, zillion, billion times better after working out. I'm so glad that I just forced myself to do it and went through with it. So feeling good. And then I came home to this. This is gonna give you guys a little sneak peek of what my next long-term protective style is gonna be. So spoiler alert, I'm gonna be doing boho locks again. Now the sad part is I already have at least 2 other sets of boho locks on standby that I haven't installed, that I purchased before these, but this is a new color. These are the boho bob length in her new color Bay Blonde, and I've never been a blonde, but I love her blonde color. That's probably my favorite, although I really did love the, you know, just number 4 or whatever that I had last time with like the purple and teal colored highlights. But I felt like this was a good approachable blonde color to try. I don't think you'll be able to see the color too well because of the glare on the plastic, but you can see it ombres from the sort of blonde-ish kind of color, and then it gets a bit lighter on the ends. And I love that it's sort of like not too ashy, not too warm. It's just, I think it's gonna be really nice with my skin complexion, and I'm also excited to try the bob length. So hopefully I'll be, oh Lord. Hopefully I'll be able to install those next weekend, because this weekend I'm just going to be too busy partying. Rick is actually at Magic Mountain right now because that's what he wanted to do for his birthday. We're both very much lone wolves, so he was perfectly happy to go to Magic Mountain by himself. I didn't want to go. I don't do roller coasters. I hate them. And he was perfectly happy to just go on his own. So he's going to be back a bit later. And I had to do my business call and go to the gym and stuff. So I've been going on about my day. But anyway, it is time for food. I'm feeling so much better than I was a couple hours ago. My energy feels good. I've got my RayRay here. I might have also picked up my favorite burrito after the gym as my post-workout. So I'm gonna pop a probiotic, dream about how these are gonna look on me, and I'll see you guys a bit later.
Make a
up, guys? Here I am back from the gym and some errands too. And I'm probably looking rather ghostly because I'm wearing a sunscreen that sucks. Unfortunately, this is the Drunk Elephant Sheer Umbra sunscreen. I had picked it up during the Sephora spring sale, which if you watch that pathetic haul that I did where I got like 5 items total, you would have seen it. And it's so strange because I had tried the original formula, hated it because it would ball up on my skin and it left a terrible white cast. They reformulated it and I swatched it on my hand in store several times over the year or so that it had been out since reformulation. Left no cast on my hand, and ironically the tinted version did leave a cast. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to give this a go next time I need to re-up on my sunscreen. So I picked it up in that sale and here I am looking like a ghost. For some reason, it does leave a cast on my face and I can only use it if I don't care what I look like or who's going to see me. After the gym, I had to take my recycling to the recycling center because despite the fact that it is 2018, my building does not have recycling. So I actually take my recycling to a recycling center, which is a pain in the fucking ass. On the plus side, I at least get my money back for, you know, all the CRV on the bottles and cans and whatnot. And with the amount of kombucha that I drink, it ends up being a nice little chunk of change. I got like 10 bucks back. And now if I were to just throw my recycling, like Renegade Recycle, and throw it in one of the neighboring buildings bins or something, I feel like I was literally throwing money away because I am. So that is probably my least favorite chore. I fucking hate going there, but it has to be done. But I also don't give a shit what I look like when I go to the recycling center, hence the ghost face. Today's workout went decently well. It was upper body and hip, my least favorite. I don't enjoy working my upper body. It's not my problem area, so I'm always dispassionate about it. And my knee is not feeling the best. I think the lateral movements that I was doing in my last workout, which you guys didn't see. By the way, you guys have not seen me in quite a while because the last time you saw me, I was saying, oh, let me try to get my friend Rick on camera after he gets back from Magic Mountain. And then the entire next 4 days were completely lost. Like, whenever Rick comes into town, I was texting with my mom after he had gone back home. I was just like, I'm recovering from Hurricane Rick. I will be, you know, just kind of resting for the next several days because Rick likes to, I mean, I already like to turn up, but Rick turns up to another level. He still parties like we are freshmen, and I tend to match him as best I can whenever we're together because it's fun. But I also just do not have the party stamina that he does. I am on the wrong side of 25 to be partying like that. And funny enough, he's actually 6 months older than me. Exactly 6 months older to the day. So, will you chill? Jesus. Why are you being a weirdo? This dog, man. He's exactly 6 months older than me to the day. I don't know what's going on over here, by the way. So I don't know how he still has the energy to party that hard consistently, because he does it when he's not with me as well. I only turn up like that when we're together, but when he's at home, he still parties like that. Anyway, really happy to be done with the gym, and you guys got to see, I wanted to make sure I showed you a little bit more of my routine to get myself prepared and warmed up properly for workouts because of this still healing knee injury, which I honestly think is at a bit of an impasse / plateau. I think because I haven't been strict enough with completely eliminating anything that gives me any pain during the workouts, it's slowing down my progress healing because I will, this is my personality, I'll just, as I was saying, I will just power through things that are painful and just try to get through the workout. And that's not what you should do. Like, if there's any pain whatsoever, you should avoid those movements and do something else. And I'm trying to be better about that. Even in the end of the workout today, you guys saw me doing some kettlebell swings. That was actually replacing tuck jumps because I knew that that would aggravate my knee. So things like that I have to be much better about. But you also got to see at the beginning of the workout just what exactly I'm doing to even get myself to a point of being able to work out. Before every workout session, what I'm doing is I'm doing some pretty intensive myofascial release. Now, as intensive as I can stand it is really all it is. So I will do some foam rolling. If you don't know how to foam roll correctly, you'd probably just kind of be literally rolling like this across the roller. But really what you want to do is you want to slowly, you know, depending on where your pain is or whatever, roll your body across it as slowly as you can until you find a point that really hurts. And then you want to stay on that point for like a good 10, 15 seconds, maybe even 20. And then you just continue down. So in my case, I'm following my iliotibial band down my leg, and any point where it is especially painful, that's where I hang out for a few seconds. And then I also will, if I'm on a good spot, sometimes flex my leg, because that's what hurts. It's when I get myself really deep in a squat, or even not that deep at this point, it starts to hurt, but I'm able to flex my leg if I'm sitting on that point of pain where all those fascia, those muscle fascia are bunched up, and it just helps to kind of get things going again. And then I top that off with a technique that I learned from my weightlifting coach a few years ago. I used to be on a weightlifting team, not powerlifting. Everyone always says powerlifting. I'm still not even entirely sure what powerlifting is. This is Olympic weightlifting that I was doing, not Olympic level. I didn't go to the Olympics, obviously. Olympic weightlifting simply refers to the types of lifts that are done. The Olympic lifts are the snatch and the clean and jerk. Anyway, my weightlifting coach, I remember when I first developed this knee problem, or I should say IT band problem, he was just like, look, next level from rolling out is taking the barbell and rolling it down your thigh, and basically doing the same thing, but because the bar has weight to it, a lady's bar is about 35 pounds, and because it's thin, you know, the bar is probably like an inch across at the handle point, it's like sort of concentrating that weight and that pressure as you roll it down. So that is not for the faint of heart. There are certain times where I often wonder if I might actually pass away while I'm doing it, but I feel that it's even more effective than simply rolling out. It's leveling up. It's definitely hard and painful to get through, but it is always worth it. I don't even know if it's worth angling the camera like this, and she's making a point to keep her head out of frame, but I guess you can at least see an eyebrow. Anyway, after I'm done with the myofascial release, I go on to some glute medius activation. This is kind of a series of exercises that I've all jammed together based on videos I watched on YouTube that were giving suggestions on how to alleviate IT band pain, because it's one thing to alleviate the pain temporarily through the myofascial release, but you also need to strengthen your glute medius so that the pain doesn't return, because if it's not activated before you work out, you're not going to use it, and you're going to keep repeating those movements that are causing the inflammation and pain in your IT band in the first place. I've got this little kind of like leg swing situation where I'm really focusing on using my glute medius. That's basically your side booty, to do some leg swings, to do that pretzel type of move, which you might have done if you've ever done a bar style class before. That's a familiar one. Never been good at it, and it makes sense because my glute medius is trash, as well as just a couple stabilization moves that target the glute and the glute medius. Those single leg deadlift kind of things, I like to do them unweighted because single leg RDLs invariably hurt my back, and it took me a long time to realize that I can still actually do the movement without weight and not aggravate my back. I haven't figured out what about my form and posture gets thrown off once I add in the component of a weight. But if I do it without weight, I'm really able to focus on keeping my core tight and just focusing on, you know, tensing my glutes and focusing on balance and doing the movement that way. And I still get a nice little bit of burn and fatigue doing it that way. So that's another activation move I do, as well as a little bit of Jane Fonda, and just this little tiny little tap down movement where I'm focusing on not really letting my knee move forward at all. It's really just about scooting my booty back every time I tap my toe down. That is the focus of that movement, to again just activate and wake up that glute medius, which mattered less today because it was upper body, but there was hit at the end, so I still wanted my glute medius to be somewhat awake. So hopefully the combination of being diligent about doing all those moves, and then again I do another session of myofascial release after my workouts each time, will get me through this, as well as being much more strict about not doing things that hurt, because my habit is to be like, let me just try it when I already know it's going to hurt, and then I'll do a couple reps and I'm just like, ow, and we're back to square one. I just keep setting myself back because I'm a less than smart individual. Now that I'm back from the gym, I am going to try to distract myself until my feeding window opens because I am still intermittent fasting. I'm still kind of playing around with it, seeing how well I adjust, but I'm going to have a very late eating window tonight because it's Saturday, which for me is not only treat day, but also almost certainly turn up day. And since I'm going out tonight, I want to make sure that, because any drinks I have will trigger an insulin response, that any drinks that I have are pretty well within my eating window, at least as much as possible, which means my eating window has to start much later. So I am going to see who the hell is fucking blowing up my phone. Jesus. And then also I want to distract myself, which is a key technique when you are intermittent fasting and you get hungry. Find things to keep yourself occupied, like people who won't leave you the hell alone. Good God. So I'm gonna edit a video. Actually, I have a not vlog that I need to edit. I'm still quite a few behind. So I'm gonna go do that. And hopefully by the time I'm done, it'll be time to eat, which will be perfect. Right, Ray? I'm gonna murder someone.
Single week, about 2 pounds per week. But then after the experiment continued, it became much.
RayRay, did you just lick the lens? Oh well. Apologies in advance if this has RayRay's saliva on the lens at the moment. But as you guys saw, I just housed a plate from Tender Greens again because I just uploaded my latest Not vlog. That will be number 1.3, and in that one I was editing it just earlier, and in that Not vlog I remember, or I should say I saw, that I had gotten the salmon plate from Tender Greens, and you know, today's my treat day. I think I said that earlier, and I was like, do I want a burger? Do I want pizza? I mean, I'm wearing my Will Jim for Pizza shirt, and neither thing, like no true treat food sounded all that good. I have had a bit of a sweet tooth, so I did pick up a donut and a cupcake, so there will be sweets, but I don't know, I just wasn't really in the mood for any sort of savory treat, which is odd because I've been craving a burger for like 2 weeks, and it just didn't sound that good today. And when I was watching, or I should say editing, that Not vlog, that salmon plate sounded freaking delicious, but I was also wasting away by the time my feeding window opened because I said I would give myself until 4 p.m. before I started eating because I know I'm going to be drinking tonight. And by the time that came around, I was so hungry. So I went over to Tender Greens, and by the time I got back, it was about 4:45 because I ran another errand while I was out. So it was actually really good because it gave me another 45 minutes of buffer to turn up. But while I was there, I was so famished. I was like, give me the salmon plate and give me a side of tuna as well. And I was hoping that they weren't going to like give me shade because it is a little embarrassing when you're ordering that much food and you want to just be like, it's not all for me. Actually, it is all for me. By the way, for the record, I did not finish all of the tuna just yet. I ate about half of it, and I'm going to be putting this away and saving it for later. Just want you guys to know, like, I'm gross and I can smash it in, but even I am a bit full right now and I need a breather before I go back in for round 2. But I got the same exact thing I got in that other Not vlog. I got salmon with zucchini and those potatoes, which once again were bang on, delicious, on point potatoes. And then I got the side of salmon, or tuna rather, which I only ate half of, so I don't feel too badly about that. But I want to make sure I get some more calories in before I start drinking. Actually, I'm lying, I already started drinking. But just a little bit. I'm having some high ABV kombucha right now. Some of you guys will have seen this on my Instagram stories. It's, let me just show you guys. Okay, this is it right here. Do I have food on my face? Oh no, just a giant zit. Never mind. This is the brand right here. It's called Boochcraft. And this is a flavor I've never tried before. This is apple, lime, and jasmine. But my favorite one is the ginger and lime, I think. And I got one of those too because I'm double booked tonight. I was supposed to go to one party, which I honestly was not super excited about, but I was excited to see my friends who invited me to it because I haven't seen them in a little bit. But then I found out yesterday that DJ She-Rock, who is a friend of a friend, by the way, her name is DJ She-Rock on Instagram. I will link her in the description box because if she is ever in your city, because she's like a proper constantly I stay booked type of DJ. Go see her if you ever have the opportunity to, because you will dance the entire night. She is so good. This is so overly detailed. I'm sorry. Anyway, DJ She-Rock, I found out she's playing a gig tonight, and I was just like, I have to go, I have to go, I have to go. And of course, my two besties who actually know her and her girlfriend Maliha were like, let's go, we're dancing the night away. So I'm super pumped for that, and I don't know if I'm actually going to make both events. I mean, if I have to pick one, the choice is obvious. Nonetheless, it would be nice to see my other friends who honestly did kind of have dibs on tonight by inviting me to the other party, which is a prom theme party, which is probably the main reason I don't want to go. Ironically, I actually threw a prom theme party when I turned 21, which was my spring semester of my senior year in college. Yeah, that's right. I was the last one. I was a late one when it came to turning 21, and I thought it would be kind of funny to have a prom theme party in college, and that was fun. But I have since moved on from things like prom, and I don't know. Depending on how much time I have, I will try to at least make an appearance at the prom party. I will not be dressed appropriately. I'm gonna be probably full disco. I'm already trying to think about what I want to wear to go see DJ She-Rock, because I know I'm gonna be dancing. So one, I need comfortable footwear. But I also know that I want to do the most to such an extent that we need a new phrase for the most, you feel me? The last time I went to this particular venue where she's spinning, it was this secret underground disco. But it's this party that's been going on in LA for like 10 years, and it was my first time going, and I went for it. I'm talking gold lame wide leg pants. Like, that is what I wore. I don't have pictures because no pictures are allowed, which just makes this place even cooler. Point is, that's where I'm going tonight for sure. We'll see if I hit the prom party first. I am going to be hanging out in my YouTube comments on the video that just went up, so I can make sure I speak to all of you ride or dies in real time who are the first ones commenting, while I have a little sippy sip of my pregame, and then I needs to get myself looking cute, girl. But I will at the very least show you guys my look before I leave for the night. Believe it or not, I don't have on that much makeup, but one thing I've noticed with editing these not vlogs is when I cut from no makeup to having makeup on, it's always drastic. Apologies for probably what you can hear, some fan noise and the air conditioner in the living room noise, but it's too doggone hot. Just wanted to show you my face before I leave. I don't have time to explain because I need to order my lift like 2 minutes ago. But it really isn't that much, so I'll just leave the details in the description box. And let me show you my outfit. This is a Zara jumpsuit. It's actually been in my closet for quite some time, but I've never worn it. It was like 30 bucks on clearance, whatever, sale, whatever you want to call it. And I wanted to go for some cocaine queen pin vibes, which I often do, let's be honest. Or more accurately, washed up cocaine queen pin. So I've got as much gold on as I could manage. I've got these very like Scarface, Michelle Pfeiffer disco earrings on, my Nefertiti, and a bunch of rings, girl. So this is it. And as for shoes, I told y'all I'm going to 2 things, and one of them is definitely going to be basically dancing the entire night. So got on some big old shit kicker boots because I love to contrast something that's very sort of like floaty and flirty and ladylike with something very masculine. That's my thing. And it will also allow me to dance. The one thing I don't like about this jumpsuit is the visible lining ending here, but we ain't got time for that. But that is it. I will say farewell to you guys here, and I will say thank you for watching yet another, well, it's not a vlog, so whatever the hell this is, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next not vlog. Bye.
That's a nappy-headed hose there, I'm gonna tell you that now.